here from Utah. He's been Lamar Jackson's chief backup for 6 consecutive years. Handoff to the tailback up the middle for a couple of yards. And I mentioned this to Pete on the KFAM pregame show. I'm very curious to see what these Ravens do today, because they didn't play any of their front liners in a 24-7 preseason win against Philadelphia. I mean, no Lamar Jackson, no Henry, Flowers, Roquan, Kyle Hamilton. They amassed 31 first downs to 6 for Philadelphia, ran 76 plays to 40. They had 440 yards of offense, and their 3 quarterbacks went 30 of 37 for 0 picks as Huntley is under pursuit by Ingram Dawkins. Flag comes in. Huntley, nicknamed Snoop, runs to the right side, out of bounds at about the 43. Our 3rd flag today will go against the Baltimore Ravens and nullify a Tyler Huntley run of 4, maybe 5.
Holding. Offense number 71. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's their 1st-round pick, Benga Ioane, the 1st-round pick, playing in the 2nd preseason game.
That's just an awareness thing when you have a double team to begin with, and you let Ingram Dawkins split it. So great job by Ingram Dawkins to split that double team, but Ioane has to know, that's my guy, I got to stay on him.
Yeah, it was the late addition by the blitz from our secondary that really pulled him off. But again, credit to Ty Ingram Dawkins, who I think needs to have a big game today as well. A little slow last week as he's learning multiple positions.
2nd and 18, Huntley facing a blitz. He'll roll out to the right side, point at Ingram Dawkins, and then try to elude him. But some Vikings throw him down at about the 34-yard line. 23, James Pierre. This is our player spotlight courtesy of Twin Cities Orthopedics. And Pete and/or Ben, he's in a big-time battle with rookie Charles Demings for playing time.
Yes, he is. And James Pierre, what I love about him is he was a gunner with the Pittsburgh Steelers, played a lot of special teams. Anybody who's a gunner, like Jake Reed back in the day, you got to be tough and you got to be fast.
He's also the cousin of starting Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. Tight end in motion to the left. 3rd and 16 for the Ravens. Scoreless 1st quarter. Huntley takes the snap. Straight drop. Bounces around. And gets away from a sack. Steps up. Pumps again. Snoop Huntley fires up the middle. He's taken down at the 38 for a run of 4. And for more on James Pierre, here's Tatum.
I had the chance to talk to James about his cousin Lamar Jackson and facing him in joint practices. He said they've been playing against each other their whole life. It's like breathing. But on day 2 of camp, Pierre did get the last word. He picked off Lamar. No trash talking, though. He said that they like to keep it professional. That's outstanding.
And the Vikings defense was very professional against that Ravens offense. Ryan Eckley, 6th-round rookie from Michigan State. He's going to punt it. Right-footed punt, high and short. Ty Felton runs up on it. Oh, he was impeded. That's going to be the 4th penalty of the game. Ty Felton did not have an opportunity to catch the ball. And that penalty will be on Keandre Jackson, 2nd year from Illinois State. For a 4th time today, 5th if you caught the tail end of the coin toss, Alex Kemp, the referee, who did the joint practices in Egan.
Fair catch interference, kicking team number 39. 15-yard penalty, 1st down, timeout.
2nd preseason game, scoreless. Vikings' 1st offensive possession. Damon Claiborne is the tailback. 2nd-year tight end Ben Urosic in motion to the left. Toss left to Claiborne following the blocking of said tight end. And a host of Ravens will gather him in after a gain of 3 yards. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, the nice thing is we got some positive yards there. It wasn't much, but after the last series,
we got a 1st down.
Yeah, but we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot, not only just on the kickoff return, but just not picking up a blitzing linebacker. It was positive yards. Hopefully we can get now into 3rd and manageable after this play.
McCarthy takes a high snap, gets away from a blitz. Ooh, a deep one to Ty Felton. Get up there, Ty. Yes! Brings it in at the 12, maybe the 11-yard line. McCarthy found the single coverage. Felton made them pay. And it's a connection of 50 and a 1st down.
Great job by McCarthy keeping the play alive with his feet. And then he just saw that one-on-one matchup between Dante McMillan and Ty Felton and said, you know what, I'm throwing a 50-50 ball And Felton, who's having an unbelievably good training camp, Paul, he's really stepped up his game, comes down with a big catch.
But he really needed that after last week. You know, kind of a similar back shoulder type of throw, not necessarily the same process, but drops the ball, hits him in the numbers. So that's great redemption right there for Ty Felton.
Pistol formation, McCarthy in front of Claiborne. McCarthy pumps twice, throws left flat, caught Claiborne, 10-5. And with a burst, gets down to the 2-yard line on 1st and goal. So it's 2nd and goal. And for more on Ty Felton, here's Tatum.
He has been working through contact so much better, is something he told me about his offseason, that it all starts with that mentality. And he considers this year to be more of a learning phase. He prepared this offseason going back to his alma mater, the University of Maryland. He trained with familiar names like Jordan Addison and former Maryland wide receiver and former Vikings Stephon Diggs. He trained with him during his college days and takes his confidence and swag from that guy. 2nd and goal
from the 3. The aforementioned Felton to the right. McCarthy, straight drop. Eyes to the end zone. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete to Ty Felton. Ty started on the right side of the formation, came all the way across the back of the end zone. JJ with a fastball, 3rd and goal.
Good protection up front off of the play action. And you know, to go back a play, DeMont Claiborne had 558 rushing attempts last year, Paul, but he only caught 55 footballs. So anytime he's able to be a receiver out of the backfield, that's big, and that talks about his development.
And that pass was down by his knees, so he had to work to bring it in. 3rd and goal for the Vikings from the 3. McCarthy's under center, scoreless. Handoff Claiborne up the middle, grinds after eluding a tackle, and it's a gain of 2. So it'll be 4th and goal. Now, Wes Phillips, the offensive coordinator, is calling the offense all game for the Minnesota Vikings. You see Kevin O'Connell on Fox 9. Wes Phillips, about 15 yards to his left, he's calling the offense all game. Inside linebackers coach Mike Saravo calls the first half defense. Defensive line coach Ryan Nielsen calls the first half. I'll make that the second half defense. Play clock's running down. We're at 10. It's 4th and goal for the Vikings. About 6 minutes to go in the 1st quarter, and we're scoreless. McCarthy, shotgun. Miles Price, short motion to the right. McCarthy looks that way. He throws it incomplete. Miles Price, it went right through his hands. JJ threw a fastball, but it still went right through his hands. And the Ravens have turned over the Vikings on downs. Scoreless from Minneapolis, 1st quarter. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Up against, he wants to ball out.
Tyler Huntley with his heels in the end zone after the Vikings win 6 plays, 62 yards at a 4th and goal. And McCarthy and Miles Price could not hook up for a touchdown. Jonathan Ward, the veteran, gets the call up the middle, and he's stopped by several Vikings after a gain of 2 yards. Jonathan Ward, 6-year from Central Michigan. He was on the Ravens practice squad last year.
Yeah, whenever you can get Caleb Banks one-on-one with the tight end, he's going to win that battle. And that's what they can do with him. He's so quick and maneuverable. You slant him one way or the other, you get that mismatch, and he's able to use his hands, come off, and make a tackle.
Vikings defensive line, Caleb Banks, Dominic Orange, a couple of rookies, Tyler Batty and Ty Ingram Dawkins stand up on the edge. Huntley nearly for a safety, and he threw the ball to the right side, incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Ravens. Tyler Batty just all over this veteran Huntley.
See, this is what I love about our defense, the versatility, athleticism of our guys up front. It was a called slant play. Everybody was moving defensively to the left because we're bringing a blitz to the right. And when we can get our big athletic guys on half a man, a half an offensive lineman, we can get that penetration that we're looking for.
The Ravens are 0 of 1 on 3rd down. Play clock's down to 7. Ravens break the huddle. Jay Ward is in the game on the edge. Huntley's probably saw the Jackson dart hit, so he picks up on it, throws over the middle, incomplete, and no flags. Davion Armstead between the hash marks knocked it away, and the rookie Eckley is into punt. Vikings should have good field position.
Yeah, nice job by Davion Armstead, rookie from North Texas, just recognizing the route, seeing that bunch formation, and then knew he was going to get the in route, and he jumped that right away, Ben. So that shows a lot of awareness by the young man.
Well, and I think, all that pressure that we're bringing, I know that was a shorter route, but they do not want the quarterback to get hit, especially when he's in his own end zone.
Eckley, 9 yards deep in the end zone. Right-footed boomer. Ty Felton retreats, brings it in at the 37, far side, heads left, spins at the 40, gets away from a Raven. And the Vikings offense is set up with good field position after a 10-yard return. Scoreless 5-0. J.J. McCarthy to Ty Felton. Once again, McCarthy gets the first quarter-ish. Wentz after him up to halftime. And Max Brosmer the majority of the second half. That was the plan into the game. First down. Rookie Damon Claiborne left side, weaves his way outside the numbers to the 50, into Ravens territory for a gain of 3, maybe 2. It'll be second down. Damon Claiborne, 6th-round rookie from Wake Forest, spent all 4 years for the playing for the Demon Deacons. We bring that up because you get so many players who are like Holy Cross, Wake Forest, Georgia Tech, then to the National Football League. When Damon was at Wake Forest, he had 26 rushing touchdowns. As Pete mentioned earlier, just a couple of receiving touchdowns, and he ran 12 times for 34 yards last game at the Giants. McCarthy hit from behind, and he is sacked. Mike Green, second-year outside linebacker from Marshall, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, Mike Green was able to eventually get around Henry Bird at left tackle, but the timing of that play was off. I mean, McCarthy it was a window there. He was looking down the field, didn't like what he saw, and then instead of pulling it down and running, he tried to stay in the pocket, and then got hit from behind.
3:55 and counting to go in the first quarter. Third down for the Vikings, 3rd and 14. McCarthy, 5-step drop, straight drop, over the middle, caught first down. Ravens territory at the 35-yard line. JJ patiently waited for Jayshon Jones to break off the route. 19-yard hit.
Holding.
What?
Offense number 68.
Okay.
10-yard penalty. Still third down.
Well, Henry Bird is a guard by trade. Rookie Caleb Tiernan is not playing. He got nicked up in the Giants game. So, I mean, Bird gets a little grace there, right? I mean, he's filling in at left tackle, or is that not right?
Yeah, you know, no, I can't really give him much of an out there. I mean, he got beat with speed on the outside. It was just a great job by Green, kind of switching up his pass rush, knocked his hands down on that sack on the play before, and then set him up on the outside, then worked his way back to the inside and kind of got his feet mixed up, so he had to grab on the inside there. But a really good job by McCarthy staying in the pocket, you know, getting that ball delivered with accuracy, even though he was getting hit low.
All right, 3rd and 24 from the Vikings 35, scoreless. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. McCarthy, shotgun. It's a gun run. Claiborne, clickety split up the middle between the hash marks. Across the 50, hit at the 45, stopped at the 45. That's 10 yards for Damon Claiborne. Johnny Hecker was the first punter, and now Brett Thorson comes into the game. Thorson, a rookie from Georgia, the 2025 Ray Guy Award winner as the nation's top punter. And what's big for him, if they get an opportunity, are the holds for field goals and extra points, because he didn't hold at Georgia. He held 2 times last week from Reichert, and Will made both. Low snap, end over end punt. And it is brought in fair catch fashion at the 12-yard line. 43-yard punt, and it was inside.
You know, I think Metellus, being the older vet now in the defensive back room, he's got to step up to leadership. We know what he can do on the field, a little bit of a Swiss Army knife, so excited for him this season.
Huntley, 0 of 2. He's fast, eludes pressure, runs to the left side, gets to the 15. Jake Golday, Cincinnati rookie, throws him out of bounds after a gain of 5. Joshua Metellus mic'd up for the fourth quarter. Before that, General Manager Nolan Teasley will be joining us here in the box behind the Vikings bench. But that's a very prescient and adroit point that Ben made, because with Harris's replacement for that is very key, and Metellus is doing a good job. Toss right. Dominic Orange, Big Citrus. Big Citrus throws the tailback down. There's Joshua Metellus, preparing for his mic'd up opportunity today. No game.
Yeah, and for Joshua Metellus, Paul, you're absolutely right. His challenge is going to be to take his game to the next level. And by that I mean mentally. Identifying offenses, being able to check from one blitz to another, just like Harrison Smith did last year. Harrison Smith was so productive, not because of his height, weight, and speed and those skills. It was because of his mental abilities. And that's where Metellus needs to get.
Low snap, Ravens 0-2 on third down. Huntley facing a blitz, throws to the right side, incomplete. He was looking for talented third-round USC rookie Jacoby Lane, who had a touchdown against the Eagles last game. But stark contrast for Tyler Huntley. I'm not exactly sure what Philadelphia put out there with its 2s and 3s last game, but he went 6 of 7 for 76 yards, and he currently is 0 of 3, and he's having a really rough time.
Yeah, the defense overall is playing lights out. Defensive front's really getting after it. Tyler Batty's made a bunch of plays in the backfield so far, and credit to Chuck Demings on that play. He's really, really physical and good at the press corner when he's rolled up on the wide receiver. Because of physicality on that timing throw, he just threw everything off. The timing wasn't there, and the ball was inaccurate.
Trayvon Rudolph heels on the 24. He wiggles to the left. That was nice. Now he sprints out to the right, gets to the 40, by the sideline, shoved out of bounds at the 46. It is a 21-yard return for Trayvon Rudolph, one of a handful of players. New general manager Nolan Teasley.
Yards from being in field goal range.
McCarthy 5 of 8, 81 yards. Yards per attempt is 10.1. Scoreless. Hand off to Mon Claiborne. Up the middle, hit hard at the 46. Falls ahead for 2 yards. Now Claiborne, he's not the tallest guy. He's a 4'3" guy with the 40 at the combine, but he's big in the upper body, and they really like that.
Yeah, he has a good foundation, Paul, and I think the thing with DeMont Claiborne is just ball security. It's something that haunted him a little bit in college, and he's going to have to figure that out. Now, in talking to Robert Smith and Leroy Horde during the week, it's a technique bit. It's a technique thing, and he has to just perfect that and hold on to the football.
He had 10 fumbles and lost 7 of them at Wake Forest.
False start, offense number 13, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Ty Felton jumped the gun on 2nd and 8, make it 2nd and 13. 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Vikings had a possession. They went 6 plays, 62 yards. That included a 50-yard hit from J.J. McCarthy to Ty Felton, and they had a 1st and goal at the 10. They got down to the 1, and they went for it 4th and goal. Miles Price wiggled his way open. McCarthy threw a fastball right through the hands of Miles Price, so they got shut down at the 1. Deshaun Jones in motion to the left. 2 receivers left. McCarthy, shotgun, 4-man rush. Straight drop, looks left, looks right. Throws it left to Deshaun Jones, went through his hands. So it'll be 2nd and 13. Is McCarthy throwing it too hard?
Yes.
I mean, like almost every pass except that Felton pass.
Yeah, and you can understand, I think, why the